Hi guys, this is Alex, and today we are working on a commissioned piece of a blood elf from World of Warcraft. This piece took me around 14 hours to create, and honestly I had quite a lot of fun with it because I have probably never done a piece where I have drawn men and women as successfully as I did in this one. So to tell you a little bit about the story, or this piece, the blood elf on the bottom is a young man who has had quite a hard life, and what is depicted around him is basically his memories. When the commissioner reached out to me, they told me that they wanted him to be sad because most of his memories aren't positive ones. And so I tried to depict that by lowering his eyebrows and also lowering his ears. I do know that most blood elves do have ears that are a bit more pointy upwards than these are. I didn't really feel like that depicted his sadness as well as lower ears. So to make this piece a little more interesting to you, I figured that I would include some of his backstory.
The story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed. Only the names have been changed.
When he was a young child, his mother ran away with a human. And he was left with a father who wasn't very present and didn't really care much about him. His father ended up leaving as well, and that is why I have depicted a very sad scene with a father that has turned his back on his very young child son. After his father left him, he became a stable boy at a Dragonhawk stable, and he was mentored by an older blood elf who was a dragon rider. Dragonhawk rider, I should say. All was well for a good few years, but then a orc war started, and they were also faced with a hole or crack in the earth. I don't remember this part totally clearly, but there was a crack in the earth and it ended up killing a bunch of people. And this older mentor and his stable boy were trying to help these people who were being killed around that area.
The story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed.
When they returned, he was never the same. The mentor had been changed for the rest of his life. He was sad, he couldn't help these people, and so many died. That is why I depicted him with his Dragonhawk and looking really sad in a hoodie.
Only the names have been changed.
While he was a stable boy, he also met a woman, Lorelei. That is the woman I've depicted in the corner, the upper right corner. I wanted to show her as a happy memory because she ended up turning into one of the demonic creatures that I have drawn below her. These creatures are blood elves who have turned bad as a result of some sort of virus and are no longer who they used to be. They're hardly even, alive and conscious at this point. So he lost her too. After a good while, the older mentor went into war. There was an orc war, and he ended up being killed by an orc in this orc war. To each side of him, I depicted a dragon hawk. These two dragon hawks are supposed to represent the dragon hawks from each of them, so his mentor and himself. So as you can imagine, he did not have the greatest of lives and is a very troubled blood elf, and I wanted to make this all look very warm and cold at the same time. I wanted it to be almost sparkly and magical, as if he was still surrounded by the thought of these people and these happenings. I used a very similar technique to my Patronus piece. I will link that at the end of the video because, they're sort of related in terms of technique. And that is pretty much all I did. I had so much fun with this piece. It was really, really interesting to get to work on something this free and this creative. I honestly am quite proud of this piece, especially because normally I can't draw men, and normally I don't do that well with smiling women. I don't think I've ever done one that smiles like that, so I'm pretty happy with this piece overall. So here is our final piece, and I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. If you have any suggestions for future videos or future tutorials, let me know in the comments and I will do my best to fulfill them. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe to my channel.